Hello, this is Wolf Outdoor Review here. Today we are going to be going over a somewhat military issue gear review. This is something I picked up a year ago, and I figured it's not military issued, but it should be, considering how nice it is. This is a Blue Force Helium Dump Pouch. I'll go over this stuff in a minute, but as you can see here, this is a very small pouch. I'll try to find something that everyone has. I guess a lighter, if you know what a normal Bic lighter looks like. This is about one Bic lighter times one Bic lighter and fits on your rig as such. So it's a very small pouch, but it can hold, I found it will perfectly hold a gallon of milk inside the dump pouch, so that gives you about a size comparison. So getting started. Yes, without further ado, let's get started. Like I said, this is a Blue Force tactical equipment. I don't know if you can read that. It says Blue Force Gear Incorporated 2013, patent pending, HW-M-DP-S-XX. And then here it tells you what it is. It says it is a Helium Whisper FH or something. I can't read that. I've had it a while. So, as you can see here, this is a helium pouch. This is that weird, like, trendy tactical stuff where it's very thin material, and it feels to me like silicone on one side and what it feels like a cloth band-aid on the other. This is only a few millimeters thick, and this goes along with conjunction with the Blue Force chest rigs and all sorts of stuff, which I'll be doing a review on my Blue Force Bino harness chest rig in the next video. So, as you can see here, this can fit on a molly, any molly you have. Of course, I also tried to just do it like this and throw it on my belt. That was a bad idea, as this was pretty much brand new when I bought it, but now it's got a little fraying on it as such. Although I don't think I'll get rid of it because I like the color combinations, so I just have to be more careful with it from now on. And yeah, and then also in the next few videos I'll teach you how to police your gear to make sure it lasts as long as it does. So be on the lookout for that video. So, starting off, yes, we have this. If I can get it to load. I might have to turn this light off for a minute. And then push that out. I don't know. I don't think we're ever going to get this to do it, so I don't know. So, I'll try to get a good photo of this for the thumbnail. So, but anyway, if you're looking to buy this, this is a Blue Force Helium Whisper Dump Pouch. These go for anywhere from $100, $50 to $100, or more, depending on how much you pay. And they're very useful. As you can see here, this is a giant elastic thing like you'd find on most of the keepers on any sorts of packs. It seems to be better quality than the cheap garbage elastic things you find on the Molly 2 assault packs, which eventually elasticize to the full length and then they rot. And it's like a cheap rubber band that's gone through the cold. You pull it and it just shatters. This seems to be better material, but I still wouldn't trust this as your daily carry, unless you want to replace it every other year. Because I don't know if I would trust this too good since it's elastic, pretty elasticy. If it was just a standard, like, friction pouch made out of a material like this lid where it doesn't move at all, then I would trust it more. But as you can see here, it is the NATO approved Coyote brown colors, so this should be accepted with the Marine Corps. Correct me if I'm wrong, of course. I believe you have to have a certain color scheme when you buy equipment for the Marine Corps. If they allow you to use outside sourced equipment, it has to be very compliant and specific color scheme. I'm not sure what the if you're a few hues off from this particular hex code color, because Coyote brown is loosely defined between different manufacturers. I found boots and belts and stuff where all of it's just a shade different for Coyote brown. So I figured, yeah, you can't really do too much with that anyway. So anyway, yes, so as you can see, this is about a lighter times a lighter. Of course, I could also measure it, so we'll measure it. I'll pause the video. Or no, mind. I should have done that to the one thing, but anyway. As you can see here, we are looking at 3 inches exactly by 3 inches exactly for the stowed position. Of course, this comes down, I wouldn't know. And I'm not sure if I can measure the pouch depth cubically, so all I'm going to say is if you can, it fits kind of snugly a milk jug. A gallon of standard milk you'd buy like Great Value with a plastic container and a jug handle, it'll fit one of those. So that's your measurement system. So if you wanted to, if you trust me, you could take a milk jug, cut it in half as far down as it goes past the jug of the handle, so like there, and you have this bowl, and then put whatever you want in it to see if it'll fit. I think you can hold like 6 PMags and all sorts of gear, but anyway, here's how it works. You have this, which if you're in the field and you're not really sure you trust yourself, you can always stuff up in here, and then there's no way it's coming out at all. No matter how, well, it comes out a lot better. But, yeah, you're not that. But if you're in the need of contact, you rip it down, and you have this pouch that falls out. This is like a parachute material, or your standard sleeping bag. If that might even be what this is extra fabric for. This may end up being the same color scheme fabric, I don't even know, as the Extreme ECWCS sleep system, the digital camo version, the intermediate cold weather bag. I would assume it's that same color pattern, which it's not the light gray, it's the darker gray one. But yeah, there's different colors you can get. You can get this in multicam, you can get this and the pouch part in coyote brown, you can get them in green, some two-tone where it's like green, gray, green, coyote brown. There's all sorts of ones. I don't know why this is so special. I would have thought this would have been coyote brown. I picked up this at a surplus store for $10. I figured. I saw it and I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. What's this doing? It whipped out and I was like, wow, this is a pouch that you can dump stuff in. And I was like, that sells to me. So there's that. Here's the back look at it. As you can see, you've got that, so when you yank it, you have it like that. And of course, this would be secured to your rig or whatever, or your belt. I think they do make them where there's a piece of Velcro so you don't ruin the part up here. So you can probably put an Alice clip or something there if you don't want to ruin your straps here. You could probably throw these under through the pass-through, like so. Like, you know, pass them on underneath like that, and then put something like a piece of Velcro or, you know, 3D print something, or I don't know. Use a malice clip so you don't hurt the material when you're putting it on a standard belt like your duty carrier. If you have like a daily carry where you carry your, you know, a standard like leather belt, your pistol, your sidearm, all that, and then this seems like something you could get away with wearing anywhere, the office, in the neighborhood, you know, even if you don't conceal carry, even if you're not carrying a pistol, this you could throw on your back and people wouldn't think too much of it. In its configuration where it's closed, it may be considered to be a CPR mask. No one really questions it. Oh, you need it. In that case, you might have a concealed carry pistol in your jeans where you can't, the public can't see it, but this is an open carry pouch. That way, when shit hits the fan, you can pull out your pistol, whatever you want to call it, start firing, and then this is already on your belt. This isn't concealed, so you're not trying to fasten it quickly. You know, it's just sitting on your belt inconspicuously, and then once you need it, it's there, and you can rip it down and start loading your mags into it. And that's AR, pistol, whatever you need. Or, you know, if you're shopping, you know, this could be a really cool looking pouch for traveling where you have need extra space in your pockets. You know, you have your wallet or whatever, you know, you keep in your pants, but you buy something at a store that's small, you need somewhere to put it while you're walking around. You know, if you're wearing this on your standard belt right next to your side, you may be able to get away with putting stuff in here, like as essentially a collapsible backpack type deal. I don't know. Anyway, As you can see inside, there's nothing else interesting on the inside. It's a elasticy thing. Of course, even now, being in its configuration, it doesn't elastic down like sometimes. Like, I think it used to be way more elasticy, but with it being cold out, I think that seeps through the windows and affects this. So eventually this may end up going bad. In that case, you won't be able to rip it. So if you're ripping this daily, in and out, in and out, in and out, you may end up hurting this. So kind of think before you use it, because it's not only that, you have to fold it, in my opinion, on a specific way to stick it back in there, which we'll go over. Yeah, so as you can see, I'm going to pause the video and adjust the camera angle to show you what this looks like. So we'll adjust to there, and I found it. Alright, here is my jug of water I carry everywhere. I just like to have a gallon of water with me at all times. As you may be able to tell, this is a Kool-Aid brand, or Hawaiian Punch, whatever you want to call it. You buy these at Walmart. I took the label off, and I use a lot. So, this is 1 gallon. Anyway, so, as you can see here, this is going to be a tight fit. Alright, so first thing you want to do when it comes to stuff like this is make sure you have enough space. This has a cinch cord on it. So what you end up doing here is once you pull it, like so, you have this, so you can cinch it closed when not used to protect your stuff. And when not, you can open it. So here's my gallon. Like I said, this will like kind of be a little hard to put in, but here we go. Oh god, yep, it just fits a gallon of milk or this, I suppose. So depending on what you have access to, it'll fit either a gallon of milk or one of these. So you can see here, you can still see light going through it. And you can kind of see my hand, so it's a very thin material, but yep. Here, okay. I'll close this hasp. So if you have access to one of these gallons or seen them at Walmart, you'll know exactly what you can fit inside this. I have never seen anyone tell you what you can fit inside this. So this, I think, should help people buy stuff. So here, so I'll adjust the camera, is what this looks like. You have a 1 gallon. This sits on your hip. It can easily hold the gallon of water. You know, I don't know about all day, but it can definitely hold this. So, as you can see here, there's that. So this would be on your rig. So that's maybe why this is frayed, because I put too much heavy stuff in it. I've been to a bunch of those SHOT Show type deals where you go and you get free stuff like pens, pencils, candy. And anytime they give me, I bring this thing, just throw it on my side. And if they give me something interesting, like a hand sanitizer or something, I'll throw it in here. And, that gets kind of heavy after a while. So, as you can see here, that was just this part doing that, wasn't ripping. So, yeah, not ripping. So, as you can see, it holds this pretty well. That's a gallon of water moving. And gallon weighs about, I don't know. But anyway, it holds things like a champ. And here's the bottom. It has all of the stuff here. It's on the inside, it's sewn, so you don't have to accidentally cut a thread and the whole thing dumps. Although, if you're going to use military surplus mags for this thing, I would be careful. You don't want anything too sharp. You're not going to throw, your bayonet in here to storage. This is a very thin material. Even just doing this, I may rip it. So, as you can see, if I pull really hard, I can kind of flex the threads. So you wouldn't put a gallon of water in here, obviously. I'm just showing you that that's gallons of water. If you want to look it up, go ahead and look it up for weight. This is almost filled to the exact brim, so that's a gallon of water. So, as you can see here, it fits it right up to here. So, I don't know. You've got about, let's see if I can't get a universal measurement. I don't know. Let me see here. Oh, I'm not sure. Here, I guess here's a AAA or a AA. Nope, AAA. So it's about a AAA depth down from the cap is how much storage you got. So 1 gallon, almost a gallon with a AAA cap depth. So you can fit a lot in here. You know, if you have to throw in mags, you can throw in loose ammunition. Try not to do sharp stuff like I was saying, because that isn't a reflection. That is how thin it is. The light's hitting it at an angle, and it's going through the other side. So, I don't know where it would have been, but... oh, that's light coming in from there. So it is visible, see? So you can see to the other side, essentially. I guarantee if I threw a light through there, you'd be able to see it. So, we'll do that. Here we go. There's a light. Yeah, so it's a very thin material. When you're not using it like that, you can see it. It's like I said, this is parachute quality material. I guarantee they make U.S. government parachutes that are this thin. This is, I'm almost 100% certain this is the material they make parachutes out of. It has ripstop every inch or centimeter. So, let me check that actually. I don't know if that's centimeter. Half a centimeter. So, millimeter then, I guess. So yeah, every one of those is, I think, a piece of Kevlar thread or fishing line type deal. So if it does rip, it's rip stop. So, you know, it's very well designed. I'll give them that. Yeah. So, yeah. And then, as you could see, that was a gallon. And yeah, I'll put in the comments how much a gallon of water weighs so you can get an accurate guess. And as you saw me flail it about, this is very heavy. It's about 1 pound to 5 pounds, somewhere in there. So if you can fit a gallon of water in there, and that's essentially using every single cubic inch of the centimeter of millimeter, whatever, of this pouch, so per weight. So if you take a bunch of random stuff, like all this stuff, and you throw it in there, you have air gaps. Versus if you put that in there, every single available atom of space is being used, or most of it anyway. So if you fill this thing to the capacity with water, which is very heavy, it'll hold it. So that gives you an idea of how tough this is. Like I said, I never really heard of Blue Force. Of course, my opinion on it is they have the same Helium brand thing for magazine pouches where you put a mag in this type of elastic thing because it flattens out, and they call it a slim tactical loadout because you put it on a belt and it's very, well, it's kind of puffy with mags in it, but when nothing is in them, they're very flat. I would stay away from them. I recommend only this as a dump pouch because you cannot find any smaller dump pouch on the market today. For what weight you can hold in size, I guarantee you 110% you cannot find a better deal for size and weight carrying distribution. This beats the military version by God knows how much, and so it's just a really nice pouch. Oh, while we're here, the inside is pretty well sewed. It's got some weird, like, double whip stitch. I did have to hit it with a lighter, as you could see there. I'll go over that in a later video, but normally what you do is you hit it with a lighter till it smokes and starts to catch on fire. You put your finger either in a bowl of water or something, and then you quickly push it with that or a pair of pliers, and that cauterizes the two pieces of thread together, and it's harder for them to come apart and fray versus other stuff. So yeah, so that is the pouch. Now for rolling it back up, what I like to do is take this piece, shove it in the hole already. You equal this out like so, and you find the tail part and pull down. and you essentially put the part in the middle. You fold one part in half there, one part in half here, like that, and you roll, leaving the tab down. You roll that until you hit the bottom of there, fold that over till there, then pick it up and push from the bottom part in. That gives you your best deployment. Of course, it's not that pretty, I will give you that. Especially, this isn't something you would fuss over too much. And then once it's in there, you can kind of, if it's not on something, you must knead it so it stays kind of flat. But that's how I put it back together. And then, as you can see, it kind of gives you an area so that if you don't want to pull on it, you can stuff the tail up in there. And, you know, some cases you could put a carabiner on there with a light pair of gloves. Worst case, you know, you just leave it as is. And then when you're in an emergency, you pull it. So, that is the pouch. I'll give you, as you saw, it was a lighter times a lighter. Normal Bic lighter, or 3 inches by 3 inches, essentially. And yeah, it holds 1 gallon of either milk or fruit punch, so that gives you a size comparison. So you can fit maybe 6 mags, maybe not 8, depending on if you fit 4 and 4, or, you know, 10, 5 and 5. I'm not sure. You'll have to look that up. You can look at this on their official website at blueforcegear.com or something like that anyway. And yeah, so you'll have to open the pouch if you want to relieve the pressure when you put this in here. So yeah, you'll have to attach this to your belt, Molly belt, while it's open. Otherwise, there's too much pressure back here. So, as you can see, this is a Helium Whisper FH, I think. The thing where wore away. And it's Blue Force Gear Inc. 2013, patent pending, HW-M-DP-S-XX. And I will try to get a good photo of that for the thing. If you have any comments or questions about this, let me know. Yeah, I definitely recommend this if you were to buy a dump pouch, if you can get it cheap enough. You can buy them on eBay, Amazon, or from the direct retailer. And like I said, depending on whatever your loadout is, they probably have it for it. Except they have it at multicam, coyote brown, green, black. So if you're woodland or any weird like snow camo, they're not going to have it. So, you know, you can either get it in that or multicam, you know. I preferred this because I think this is considered wolf gray, which I thought was kind of cool. Yes, that's Wolf Outdoor Review. So, yeah, that's that. Yeah, if you have any comments, questions, concerns, please leave me an email, comment, or you can email me at wolfoutdoorreview@gmail.com. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe, all the jazz. And yeah, if you want to see more videos of this particular pouch, tell me so. And like any videos you see on my channel that you want me to do more in-depth reviews on, I'll be happy to. As always, thank you for watching, and have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.